The Foundation for Human Rights, Lawyers Against Abuse, and the European Union have all partnered to launch the Gender-Based Violence and Femicide campaign across the country. The Masibambisane initiative is set to address the lack of accountability in communities. The launch, we're told, will kick off in the Free State today. For more on this program, let's bring in our guests. European Union representative Dr. Bernard Ray joins us alongside Mamello Swarts from the Free State Network on Violence Against Women. To both our guests, it's lovely to have you on the program. Thanks very much indeed for making time. I mentioned before that for better or for worse, this is one of several initiatives against gender-based violence, and if the numbers are anything to go by, the outcome obviously leaves a lot to be desired. Dr. Ray, let me start with you. This particular program is aimed at improving accountability. Tell us how.
Good morning, Ayanda. Good morning to everyone. Yes, indeed. This is an important program for the European Union in South Africa because it builds on two fundamental issues. First of all, it's a long-term relationship we have with the Foundation of Human Rights. 26 years almost just after the new constitution was proclaimed. And they have built knowledge and know-how on addressing gender-based violence. And so we are very happy to partner with them again and with Lawyers Against Abuse. Secondly, because it tackles three fundamental issues that we have seen are key for success, for impact. It addresses gender-based violence at the local level, in the local environment, taking into account the local context. It aims at building up multi-stakeholder alliances to improve prevention and prosecution, but also preparedness. And thirdly, it tackles social norms. And that's very important because we know that the discourse on, yes, this is traditional and so on, is no longer standing. And this is why we are very, very happy to partner with them and finance them with 25 million rounds.
All right. We'll speak about how that money can be used effectively. Mamello, let me bring you into the discussion. What do you reckon it is about previous initiatives that haven't been able to yield the kind of results that I think most people want?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, Ayanda. What I would like to say, ever since we've joined Masibambisane, because Masibambisane is translating itself to let us join hands together. And it started as a pilot project, and last year we were getting the opportunity given by the Foundation for Human Rights to be part of the Masibambisane project. And in the Free State, ever since the president has issued the National Strategic Plan, there was a committee within the Office of the Premier that is in place so that the NSP can be adhered to. And then it feeds to the provincial committee, of which is based in the area of which the president has recognized it as one of the 30th hotspot areas, which is one of the areas that the Free State Network is focusing on, where the national launch is going to take place in Bloomsbury area.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Go ahead.
You can continue. Okay. Now, the thing is, as Free State Network, we are aiming to hold hands with all the stakeholders in making sure that we make all the streets in the Free State a gender-based violence-free zone with the help of the Office of the Premier.
Okay. You know, what I was trying to get at, Mamello, is several initiatives have come before this one. The National Strategic Plan around gender-based violence that you mentioned of, I think, was actually launched in 2020 already. And since then, sadly, we have seen, if not an uptick, a sustenance in the rate of gender-based violence and femicide in South Africa. Where do you think those plans are going wrong? Why haven't those initiatives, do you think, solved this issue?
I think the challenge is with the Department of Justice. In the Free State, we only have domestic violence court, one domestic violence court. And then in other small areas in the Free State, if you want a protection order, you have to go to the police station, and then they would refer you to the magistrate court, of which is a challenge. And then the police stations are far away from the locations of which where the people are getting protection orders or court interdicts. And then for them, they, as the community members, with me representing and being an advocate of the community members, we feel that the protection orders is just a piece of paper. Because if you are there at your home and you are being abused and you call the police station, it doesn't come, it might happen that you wake up being dead the next day.
Right.
So we, as South Africa, we need to look at how we can improve when it comes to protection orders and protecting our women or anyone who is violated on violence, on crime and violence.
Yeah, fair enough. Dr. Ray, let me bring you back into the discussion. What Mamello is pointing out are really deeply entrenched structural issues. You're pledging more than 20 million rand for this particular initiative. How are you hoping that money will be spent if this initiative is going to make a difference?
Thank you. This is very important for the European Union, the point you are fingering at. A contract is made of rights and obligations. The rights will be for the Foundation for Human Rights, the 18 community organizations associated to laws against abuse to benefit from grants from the European Union. The obligations is to deliver. And in the contract we have signed, there are clear targets, results which have to be achieved on data, on information, on number of achievements in these GBV-free zones, these 18 GBV-free zones in the 9 provinces that the program is trying to establish. And there we have regular reporting. So we have agreed on the targets at the beginning. They have regular reporting. We'll monitor the situation together with the foundation. And clearly, we try to have an impact which is wider than the 18 communities. These 20 million rounds will not solve all the issues, but we really look forward to the success of the foundation, which is in charge of the implementation. The European Union is here to facilitate the process, to make this possible. And we need to build on the lessons, the good practices learned by the foundation over the last 20 years, and eventually bring those success stories to a wider scale.
Right, yeah. Well, in a context where there's a desperate need for solutions, one can't really frown upon another initiative really to try to sort the scourge out. Thanks very much indeed for helping us better understand it. Dr. Bernard Ray is a representative from the European Union in South Africa. Also joining us there is Mamello Swarts, an activist that's working with the Free State Network on Violence Against Women. To both our guests, once again, appreciate your time.